Remember when the Giants were in first place over the Dodgers? Yeah, that lasted about as long as Nick Cannon choosing to wear protection. There has been a lot going on over in the gay holy land of San Francisco lately. They traded for Rafael Devers, which was a great move to make. They needed the offense. They took 2 of 3 in a series against Rafi's old team, the Red Sox. He hits his first giant home run against the Red Sox because of course he did. They win 2 in a row. Things are going well. And now the Marlins are coming to town, a team that's not very good. Great opportunity to take advantage of and win some more games. What can go wrong? Oh, just ending up like one of Peter Parker's high school bullies. And I'm serious. You'll understand what I mean by that soon, just like you should understand that 57% of you aren't subscribed yet. So if you enjoy the videos and haven't yet, make sure to hit that button, as the Giants have apparently been a giant target for pitchers lately. They keep getting hit. Pitchers have been missing with pitches inside a lot. Heliot Ramos leads the team. He's been hit 10 times and is tied for 7th in all baseball. And it's not that all these pitchers across the league are just like ganging up to hit as many Giants hitters as they can, like it's some hate crime. No, but it's just so been happening, at least seemingly more to them than others lately. He looked out to Cleveland pitcher Gavin Williams after he was hit for the second time against them. It's all just building up. So when Ramos got smoked again now by this fastball from Cal Quantrill in the first game between the Giants and Marlins, Cal Quantrill, that's the most like Star Wars name in baseball, by the way. He was pissed, looking back out at Quantrill, looking at his own dugout like, can you freaking believe this? Nobody was hit for the rest of this game, a game the Marlins won 4-2. But K-Pop Barry Bonds would get hit in the second inning of Game 2, a first pitch curveball that just gets away from Edward Cabrera and clips his foot before Bro starts eating his glove. Skip to the 9th, Giants down by the same score they lost the first game, and on a 1-2 count, Kevin Fauché does what Cabrera did to K-Pop Barry, almost identical to Dom Smith. Curveball low, clips his foot, and I mean, you can't be too mad about that. You'll take that. Base runner to start the inning, but what you won't take as easily is a fastball to the wrist, which is exactly what Casey Schmidt got. On the next pitch, Fauché threw, and he's pissed. Slams the bat down, looks out at Fauché like, what the hell, dude? This guy's just having a grand old time. So he gathers himself after his little fit, pulls his pants up, goes to first, and eventually scores the tying run on a Patrick Bailey base hit. Giants putting up a big rally here, only to give up 4 runs in the 10th inning. Marlins take Game 2. And after the game, the Giants kept talking about how much they've been getting hit. Schmidt acknowledged it's a lot of built-up anger that's going on with them right now. Heliot Ramos said that if you don't know how to pitch in, don't pitch in. Try to get us out some other way. Logan Webb, a pitcher, he's not getting into the box. Although, fun fact, Logan Webb hit the last ever home run for a pitcher before the universal DH was implemented after 2021. If you don't count Ohtani, Webb is the last pitcher to hit a home run. So he's actually the most qualified to talk about this. He's watching all his teammates get smoked and mentioned something interesting, saying that the game finds a way to even itself out. It will, and when asked how that would happen, Jesse Plemons said it's starting to get frustrating with how many guys are being hit. I guess pitchers have to do a better job of protecting those guys. And when asked about possibly throwing at the Marlins to send a message, Giants manager Bob Melvin said that it's not something he certainly wants to speak about, but obviously we need in situations to protect our guys too. Well, it seems like the Giants had a plan, especially after what ended up happening immediately in Game 3. Starting pitcher for the Giants in this game, Hayden Birdsong, gets the first 2 Marlins hitters to pop out. So with 2 outs and nobody on base for the Marlins, it seemed pretty obvious that the first pitch to Otto Lopez by Birdsong, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right to his leg, was on purpose. Seemed like the soonest and safest situation early on that the Giants can get a lick in of their own. So Lopez is smoked, immediately is like, that hurt, bro. He looks back out all pissed off, understandably so. Imagine you're Lopez. You've had 0 to do with any Giant hitter getting hit, and here you are getting 98 right at your leg on purpose. Yeah, that's really annoying. The umpires pretty quickly get together and talk over the drama like they're at the high school lunch table and decide that they're going to warn the benches. Both sides are now equally warned, and that gets the Marlins manager Clayton McCullough pissed off. So he comes running out and quickly gets ejected. He's mad that his team is now on equal grounds with the Giants, considering none of the guys that they hit were intentional. This is obviously the umpires just not wanting anything to get out of hand from this point forward, considering it's very obvious that Lopez was just hit on purpose, and in their heads, a Marlins pitcher now throwing at another Giant on purpose to retaliate could explode into something worse, like a brawl or whatever. Now for the Giants, they might have felt like badasses here. Like, we're not going to keep taking this from you. Yeah, we're going to send a message. So take your base like we have been this entire series. And they've already lost the first 2 games of this series, so there's really no way they could come out of it looking like actual badasses. But if they could at least win this game and avoid a sweep, it looks a little better, especially after they finally looked like they had it after the second game when 3 more Giants were hit, including Schmidt on the wrist. Now Birdsong plunks Lopez. Like, this could be one of those moments where it's like, all right, we're not messing around anymore. Here we go. Except they just came out of it looking like a bunch of idiots. The Marlins didn't waste a pitch after Lopez was hit to tell the Giants that what they did was cringe. Like, all right, we'll take our base, and then we're going to swing at the very next pitch for a double. And then Kyle Stowers is going to come up and hit this baseball to places it seemed only Barry Bonds could. 3-0 Marlins, just like that. A couple innings later, Agustin Ramirez gets a hold of another one off Birdsong, but instead of this one being a double off the wall, it goes even further than the ball hit by Stowers, this time to left center, just way out of there. 5-0 Marlins. And hold the phone though, the Giants did show some fight. They didn't just start crawling, they came storming back. Rafael Devers, the Dominican Barry Bonds, says, oh right, I can do this too, I forgot. Bam, 2-run shot. Next inning, K-Pop Barry Bonds triple. Willie Adames first pitch single. It's 5-3. Christian Koss sends one into right field. That's a double. Second and third, still nobody out. The Marlins pitcher on the mound, by the way, his name is Jansen Junk. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Next up, Brett Wisely drives one off the wall. Both runs come home. The Giants have come all the way back from a game it looked like the Marlins were running away with. It's 5-5. They're right back in this thing. All the momentum on their side, only to end up giving up 7 runs in a row and lose the game 12-5. And what's crazy is this series between these two teams was pretty much based off of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man fighting Flash Thompson. You think that's silly? Sit your tight ass down and watch me break this shit down. So Peter Parker at the lunch table all by himself represents the Marlins, just a team trying to find their way while nobody's around them because nobody cares about them, while Flash Thompson, Peter's bully, are the Giants, the team way more people want to be cool with, which is especially fitting with it being Pride Month and the Giants being based in San Francisco, so you know, it especially hits there. So Peter's, again, just figuring out his powers, minding his business like the Marlins, and accidentally hits Flash with his lunch tray like the Marlins pitchers accidentally hit some of the Giants hitters. Well, Flash gets pissed off like Heliot Ramos, Casey Schmidt, and Logan Webb all got, and says, nah, this ain't gonna happen, not around my people. So he intentionally goes to hit Peter like Birdsong throwing at Lopez, and the Marlins aren't trying to get any beef going. They're just like, all that was an accident, or as Peter says,
I don't want to fight you, Flash.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither. Exactly.
So they end up getting into a tense battle, only for the Giants, just like Flash Thompson, to end up getting their asses whooped and embarrassed in front of everyone. Wilmer Flores was all pissed off after striking out to end the 7th inning on this check swing. He's already upset with the first base umpire calling it a swing. And maybe the Marlins pitcher, Joey Lucchesi, thought he was saying something to him, so he started saying something, and Flores was heated. The benches kind of cleared, but everyone went back to their dugouts as quickly as they came out. The bullpens got some unnecessary cardio. By this point, the Giants were down 8-5, and it only went more downhill from there. Otto Lopez drove in the 11th run for the Marlins. Agustin Ramirez drove in the 12th to cap off his 3-hit, 3 RBI day. Shout out this Marlins fan. Hell yeah, kind of a lame sign with a cardboard, not gonna lie. But the fact that you're such a loyal fan of this franchise, watching them across the country is what matters more here. Everyone in the Marlins lineup gets at least one hit as they clean sweep the Giants. It's understandable to be as upset as the Giants were. I mean, they kept getting hit, but they picked a fight with the Marlins that they not only didn't win, they got flat out embarrassed. Let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.